You know, it's chapters like this where I really enjoy doing the chapter breakdowns once the official Viz translation comes out for the Black Clover chapters. Because you guys know that I always usually do reviews on Fridays of the fan translations, but I love doing these type of videos because the official release, once it drops, it allows me to talk about things that I probably missed in my review, and it gives more context in some cases, so I can give you guys a proper analysis and talk about what actually happened in this chapter. And the biggest question is, how did Luck actually win, being a stage 1 mage going against a stage 0 mage? So today we're here to break that down, but before we start, as always, we must talk about the key moments that happened in this chapter. Now I must talk about the first panel that happened in this chapter because this was huge for me. Asta told Gaja that you said the Heart Kingdom techniques work better with people with nature-based magic attributes, which made perfect sense for him to bring someone like Magna and Luck. But the biggest question I have here is, why didn't you bring Rune? Since the Heart Kingdom needs Clover Kingdom members to help aid the battle between the Dark Triad, and Asta knows this because they need all the help they can get, Rune is a perfect candidate with someone with a nature-based magic element who is highly skilled in wind magic. Rune would have fit right in the Heart Kingdom because one of the things that everyone talks about around this arc is that Rune should have went to the Heart Kingdom and trained. And since we know Asta was bringing people to the Heart Kingdom as well, it does make me wonder, maybe he tried to ask Rune and Rune just refused and said he's going to train with the Golden Dawn. And yeah, we see how that turned out. He should have went, but I don't know. It could be a lot of reasons why Rune didn't go, but we know that Asta's not the brightest guy in the world, so he probably just forgot. It didn't slip his mind. You know, it would have been cool to see Rune use Rune magical techniques with his wind magic and hopefully develop true wind magic. And that could be something Tabata is saving for this character in the future against the Dark Triad. Now, we did see Gaja teaching Magna and Luck how to develop runes by using their natural mana, and Luck was having an easy time doing this, but Magna, on the other hand, was having a hard time. He was struggling. He couldn't create a single rune. Gaja mentioned that Magna's mana is way too low and he's about 5th stage. To handle a raise in combat, you at least have to be stage 3. And that is crazy. We know that Magna is low with his mana because he's a commoner. And it's crazy to see that he's a stage 5 mage because we've seen Fenrir and Mimosa, who was stated to be stage 3 mages. So overall, they are stronger mages than Magna, even though they're not in the same class because Fenrir and Mimosa are more support type mages. Magna is more so a combat mage, but it is sad to see this panel because he sees that Luck is having an easier time and that's his rival and he's always competing with Luck, but this was a clear indication to Magna and for Luck that there is a huge gap between their powers. Even though it was always shown within the series that Luck was always a little ahead of Magna because he is more naturally gifted. However, it was sad to see Magna just get so pissed and walk away, and Luck screams out, "Oh well, I'll get stronger by myself." And Asta felt bad for Magna, but Luck told him, do not chase after him, leave him. If he let this stop him from getting stronger, that means that was all he was worth. Harsh words from Luck, but it's true. This rivalry is a mutual thing. Luck sees Magna as a rival too. He knows Magna on a more personal level than everyone else, and he knows that he cannot give sympathy to Magna right in this situation, because if he do, then how can Magna use this as motivation to fuel his fire, no pun intended, to be stronger? But it makes sense for Asta to have some sympathy for Magna because they're both commoners, they both from poor villages, they're right next to each other. And since birth, they were never born with natural gifts and talent. They had to work with everything. You know, Asta wasn't born with muscles. He had to work for that. And Magna wasn't born with skills with fire magic. He had to work for that. So it makes sense in this situation that Asta reacted differently than Luck. We also learned from Gaja that using an array of runes allows you to issue a simple order to your magic, commanding your magic to pursue someone or to grow bigger. Now, we've seen a demonstration of this when Gaja was fighting Noel, when he commanded his lightning magic to chase Noel down. Now, I thought when I first seen this, I thought that just how his magic attribute worked with his lightning, but now we know that it's the array of runes which he ordered with his lightning magic to chase Noel down. I think that is an awesome technique. But Gaja reminds Luck that you have to use the array of runes to fit your magical combat style. which makes sense when we seen Leo use his magical runes. His flame magic, his spiral flames coming out of the runes were much bigger than his usual flames. Or when Mimosa used the rune technique, she was able to heal everyone in the Grand Magic Zone and the Magical Fortress simultaneously. And I like this because this gives people who are not arcane something special to apply with their magic, which complements people with natural magic elements. Because I seen people saying that, what if Asta learns anti-magic runes, which you can't do that. You gotta have magic and mana, alright? Now this is where we get in the juicy bits of the chapter, because Luck, in his flashback, he asks the question that we all wanted him to ask Gaja. How to learn true lightning magic. Because since Gaja has lightning magic, he is a perfect mentor for Luck since he has lightning magic. Gaja tells Luck that the truth is literal since the spell generates real lightning. And that is a line I want you guys to remember, because this dialogue right here is pure evidence why Luck beat Svenkin. But Gaja tells Luck that his specialty is discharge, while Luck's, he is good at causing arrays around his hands and feet since Luck used his lightning and armor base. Gaja tells Luck that you will have to learn how to use that true lightning on your own, by your own magic. Now, a few things about Svenkin that we learned in chapter 247, that he can use up to 50% devil powers, and he's a 0-stage mage, and his skin magic allows his skin to match his opponent's attributes and cancel out their magic. And his skin magic, which we learned in chapter 248, his skin magic defense can detect magic, which activate his skin magic automatically. So the problem with this fight that Luck was having was that he doesn't have raw power, and speed is his only specialty. This is why Luck was having an extremely hard time trying to fight Svenkin or cause any damage against him, because Luck's speed was there but his power wasn't. So this only showed that Luck had to get faster, because speed also generates power. This is why Luck in the chapter kept saying, I need to get faster, get faster, get faster, because this is what he needed to do. He needed to become faster than Svenkin's skin magic reaction. It does make me think that the reasons why Luck kept saying get faster is maybe he was commanding the Rune technique to allow his magic to become faster, because we seen Luck was able to use the boot, his lightning boot, and he shot it at Svenkin, which pierced through his armor. And that is something I did not bring up in my chapter review because I did not see that. That is something I completely skipped over, but now seeing it, and now with the Fizz translations, it all makes sense now how he was able to use his Rune technique, and he commanded his lightning boot to go at Svenkin, which caused Svenkin to go into his ugly, horrible looking defense magical skin form, which is by far the most ugliest form we've seen in Black Clover. Like, if I ever make a transformation tier list form, he will be at the lowest on the list, guaranteed. But with this form, he was trying to overwhelm Luck by using these magical shells, trying to make him run out of mana. But this didn't work. Luck started to figure him out. And we seen that Svenkin starts to notice that Luck's speed is actually faster than his skin detection. So the tides of this battle changed dramatically once Luck became much faster than his skin detection. He can damage Svenkin now, but not enough to kill. But he was able to eventually finish off Svenkin using true lightning magic Sereno. And Svenkin mentioned that this boy literally became lightning himself. Now, people did have complaints about this because they felt as though since Luck is stage 1, there is no way he should have beaten Svenkin, who is 0 stage. But that doesn't necessarily mean a stage 1 character cannot beat a 0 stage character. Even though with this spell that Luck did, he definitely is in the 0 stage now. Now, I talked about this on Twitter, but I mentioned that Gaja even mentioned when Noelle used her Sea Dragon's Roar, who is a stage 1 mage during this time, against Gaja, who is a stage 0, he mentioned when Noelle used her attack spell against him, he said that if he didn't use his defense technique, things would have got ugly, letting people know that her spell would have damaged Gaja really bad. And let's not forget that Noelle was able to rip off half of Veto's body when she used her Sea Dragon's Roar. So it's about this letting us know that even a mage that is on a higher stage of power does not mean that they cannot damage a lower stage who is stronger. So a stage 1 mage can be a stage 0 mage if they play their cards right, because not all mages are equal. Now, even though Svenkin stated that his skin magic can cancel out and nullify magic, and his skin magic can match someone's attribute, the advantage to this is that Gaja mentioned that True lightning magic is literal since it comes from real lightning. Svenkin cannot cancel out real lightning because it's not magic anymore. That's real lightning. He even said that luck became lightning himself. So luck literally became a real life living element, and his speed was way too fast for Svenkin's skin magic to even counter. So this is why luck won. He became lightning himself. And from that spell alone, definitely puts luck in a stage 0 class guaranteed. But this chapter does make you feel even more disappointed about the Spirit Guardians, but I gotta make a separate video about them because, man, I'm still sad about the fact that, Gaja is really the only Spirit Guardian that was actually decent, who was very, very strong. The other ones, I wish we would have seen how they went down, but we didn't see that. But you guys comment how you feel about this. Like this video if you enjoyed it. If you are new to the channel, subscribe for more content. Join my Discord, it's in the description. Follow me on Twitter, that's in the description as well. Again, like, subscribe. You guys have an awesome life. Take care of yourselves, and I'm out.